Muhammad economic blueprint, which is fundamentally comes down to 5 cents a day. Okay, that's $1.40 a month, $18.20 a year. If 16 million black wage earners put that in a national treasury, we could raise $291,200,000, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We'd be talking about something else.
There you go. Will you ever get it? I can always say that for the fact.
Yes, sir.
When you hear that 27 African American males will go to federal prison in a 2-month period for committing bank robberies and being influenced by older African American males, what's your opinion on that?
My opinion is that I can't blame these young men or the smart, crooked deceivers that entice them into this criminal behavior. What I do blame in this modern time in 2013 is the failure of black leadership to unite, pool our resources, and to create jobs, better education, and a better sense of community, and help being more of an extended family to these young men. That is our position.
Now, what would you suggest in the future to address this issue in order to keep from losing more young African American males? Obviously, your answer was there, but let's hear it again.
Okay. You know, over the last 40 years or so, since the Great Society, there's literally been $40 trillion put into anti-poverty programs. And though we have made progress in closing the poverty gap, we do see that the masses of our people are still falling far behind, even with the election of a black president. So it is incumbent upon us to stop our profligate spending and our wasteful spending. We get $1.1 trillion out of this economy. If we would just pool those resources, a nickel a day, 16 million wage earners, we could produce in 1 year a treasury of $291,200,000. And we can begin to address those issues here in Houston, in all the urban areas and the rural areas throughout America.
Now tell me the trickle-down effect to the average young African American. Once you have those resources, what will you do with them, that trickle-down effect, to make a difference in their lives?
Well, instead of a trickle-down effect, because we've tried also supply-side economics and trickle-down, it would be more of a bubble-up effect, which would, the first thing we would do, we would purchase land. And we have to understand that agribusiness is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and that is necessary. In some cases, it's lower skilled labor, and it would give us an opportunity to train our children in the things that they need to do. Many of our children are not going to 4-year universities or the 2-year community colleges, but they are good with their hands, they know how to do things, and if we would teach and train them in carpentry, plumbing, masonry, and all the building skills, we could literally rebuild the wasted cities of America overnight.
Are you at all disappointed or shocked at those numbers that I'm telling you about?
I'm always disappointed. If the number was 1, I would be disappointed, because I feel it's a personal failure and a failure of the collective black leadership in this city and throughout the country to address this problem. And this is why we're launching the Muhammad Economic Blueprint and attempting to do something for ourselves.
Now, as far as immediate and addressing this problem in homes all over Houston immediately, before we see more African American males go to federal prison for 20 to 90 years each, what would be a temporary solution until you get to that big picture?
Well, the temporary solution also, it always begins with personally being a better father, a better husband, a better brother, a better son, and a better community leader. And all of us don't have to have a title. What we simply need to do is get up, stand up, and speak what is right. You don't even have to claim a particular religion. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Stealing is not cute and saying it's called jacking, or, you know, I did a lick, or we did a job. No, that's stealing. You know, telling other than the truth is a lie. These are things that we're going to have to teach, morals and ethics, to our children, and we're going to have to teach that right is right and wrong is wrong, and that violence and thievery is not the way. And we've got to teach them the right way, because it's only the right way in which we will sustain ourselves. It's only our righteousness in that day that will sustain us.
Do you have any literature at all that you can forward me on
the blueprint?
The blueprint.
Bam.
hold on before you go.
Okay. Yeah.
And so if I go to this website, I can pull off.
Yes.
Okay.
You can pull off that, the information, how to become a stakeholder.